rolling camera and action.
I think the hardest part about being a aspiring musician in 2026 is the
Hey everyone, just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying the video, please hit that subscribe button and drop a like. It really supports the channel and helps me bring you more awesome content. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's rock and roll. Such a weirdo. So on Saturday the 5th of October 2025, me and my wife headed down to the Country Cafe in Ingatestone to go and see Luke Flear performing for the first time ever. The good thing about this venue is that they're able to showcase any upcoming talent in the country space. And after seeing a lot of different artists throughout the year, I finally came across someone who I really felt had an important story to tell. It was such an amazing night that really made me feel super inspired to go and chat to Luke about the possibility of a documentary. So come with me again as I take you on one of my favourite videos of this year, Luke Flear, an upcoming artist that everyone should know about. Now, for those who don't know, Luke has been creating music since he was 2 years old. I'm usually someone who is a great judge of character, and I really felt like this guy had an inspirational story that needed to be heard. The fact that he was able to play guitar as well as bass and even the drums just really showed me how versatile this guy really is. I knew it was going to be a risky move to try and create a whole documentary on someone who is still trying to break through in the industry. But for a guy as talented as Luke to be able to make an impact as much as he did, when I saw him for the first time in the Country Cafe, I just knew I had to go ahead and make this project. And after his performance came to an end, I then approached Luke and gave him all of my details for future work. I basically just said, if you ever need a videographer, please reach out to me, and that was it. I spent the next few weeks back in the office, hoping to hear from Luke again. And lo and behold, I finally received an email that basically said he was interested in having me come down to film his next performance in January. After finally finishing the Hardy Moon Kemp documentary that came out in December, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to focus my next video on the struggles of a talented musician who is trying to break through in 2026. And shortly after, we scheduled a date in the calendar, and the rest is history.
Hi Sam. Yeah, I absolutely love the idea of you doing a documentary. Just let me know when it'd be a good date and time for us to get started.
So, let's go and make a documentary. Could I have a small Americano, please, with milk? Lovely, thank you very much, my friend. Have a nice day. So yeah, welcome to Little Nashville.
You alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
This is what's telling you about doing the documentary.
How are you, Mia? Charlotte? Lovely to see you. You all good?
I'll see you.
Yeah, all good. Alright, let's rock and roll.
Ago, our drummer broke his arm. I'm gonna drum instead and try and sing at the same time. Is that alright, you guys? Okay.
I grew up in the greenest grass, but the neon never far away. And honey, there's a burning flame that's claimed my name, and today's gonna be the day. But I was raised in the loudest noise till the noise took over me. Till the storm started brewing, all that I was viewing was my daddy's old MTV. 5 years old, my heart was sold to the 3 chords and the truth. There ain't nothing that I can do but to say what I'm gonna say to you. So Dennis shirt, rolled up sleeves around here with your blue cotton baby blue jeans. It's so heartbreaking, hip shaking, old guitars banging blues like it's New Orleans. It's all Larry and ankles, leather jacket black, scissors round the ears, barbers never cut the back. I ain't saying that you gotta agree, but it sure as hell looks country to me. Sure as hell looks country to me. When I found that southern sound, nothing ever seemed the same. Like a lover's cry on a get-lucky night, it seemed to call out my name. Sure as hell, I know fine well that my U comes with a K. I know my collar ain't blue, but I'm proud of my roots, and I got something to say. So Dennis shirt, rolled up sleeves around here with your blue cotton baby blue jeans. It's all heartbreaking, hip shaking, old guitars banging blues like it's New Orleans. It's all Larry and ankles, leather jacket black, scissors round the ears, barbers never cut the back. I ain't saying that you gotta agree, but it sure as hell looks country to me. Sure as hell looks country to me. Sure as hell looks country to me.
Can't forget the wings. And that is all I have to say, folks. That is officially a wrap. Peace. And after I finally finished Luke's amazing performance at Little Nashville, I'll leave all of their links in the description below. I knew the only way to make this documentary even more interesting was to go back up to London again and film a sit-down interview with Luke. Having shots of his performance was amazing, but I really wanted to get to know Luke on a much more personal scale. And I knew the only way to do this was to create a series of questions that not only was going to hopefully inspire other musicians, but also tell Luke's story in the most honest and sufficient way. After a couple of weeks of planning the questions, I finally got them over to Luke and we secured a date for the interview. After a few weeks later, I was back up to London again with a bag full of questions and a suitcase full of equipment. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. Come with me on this journey once again up to the big old city of London.
Yeah, you're a YouTuber. What kind of YouTuber are you?
Filmmaker. Take it easy, boys. Can I have a small cappuccino, please?
So right now in London, it's mostly cloudy and about 9 degrees Celsius.
Jesus. It's lovely. See you in a bit.
I'm just buzzing you in now.
More stairs. Dying.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Nice to see you. How you doing?
Stayed on the lens for a second.
You wouldn't even think it was this flat, would you?
Just by the television, yeah?
Have you ever done anything like this before?
Yeah, I've done like documentary stuff before. In this format, it's definitely new for me.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, the lighting's good.
Do you want to do a little interview as part of the documentary? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Thinking of that.
And after a couple of hours of getting to know Luke, I finally had the interview set up and the camera was ready to start rolling. So sit back and enjoy as we get to know Luke Flear, a talented musician from Leeds. Do you need me to read out the question again?
No, I've got it.
Okay, so Rolling camera and action.
My name is Luke James Peter Flear and I'm a singer-songwriter from Leeds. My passion was always music. My dad played the drums and he taught me how to play drums when I was about 2 or 3 years old. It was in my blood from that point onwards, which then inspired me to pick up as many instruments as I could and start songwriting and performing from that age. And then when I was in my teens, I started getting into different bands and groups and writing with other people. And then I decided I wanted to be a solo artist. I wanted to be a singer-songwriter probably when I was around 16 years old. And that is a pathway I've been on ever since. I started gigging about 12 or 13 years old. I would be able to pay for the portion of chips that I'd buy after school with money that I'd earned through doing what I love. And that was the minute I realised then, this can be my job. As people started getting older around me, I kind of felt privileged in the fact that I could pick up my guitar and say, I'm gonna go busking. That really was the minute I realised it wasn't just a hobby outside of the real world. I could merge the two. Coming to London was always just like a given for me, really. From the minute I decided I wanted to make music my career, it doesn't take you long to figure out that the place to be is London. Knowing that this city is like 3.5 hour drive from where I'm from, I'm not having to get on a plane, I'm not having to leave, you know, be too far away from my family. I've broke through the discomfort of leaving home to pursue this, and I'm trying to fill my day up with as much as I can, and there's more to fill my day up with because I'm in London doing it. I feel someone should care about my music because I always try and tell an honest story through my songwriting, even when I'm not writing about my own life. That was a deliberate decision I made creatively when I first started writing music professionally. Most of my favourite music has come from that same place. It's been so important to me as a person. Seeing that importance as a listener, I wanted to convey the same message when I picked up an instrument and started doing the same thing. I don't think there was ever anything else I was going to do. Some of my earliest memories are growing up and being stood in front of the television, and my dad had his old MTV tapes, and I think one of the first childhood memories I have is of watching Bon Jovi's Bad Medicine video and looking at the screen and being like, oh, I want to do that. I thank my parents so much for that, because if it wasn't for them, there's a high chance that I would have maybe lost interest eventually or steered away into something else. As a kid, as I was playing, I was envisioning being on stage with that band doing that. The minute I realised that was actually what a lot of people did with their lives, it was just a no-brainer. I chose to start writing more country Americana influenced music, probably mid to late teenage years. The only place I could find the authentic messaging through the storytelling of songwriting was in country music. I realised I could merge my love for rock and blues music with country and Americana, and that was really when I made the conscious decision to start writing in that particular style. So these are the 3 guitars that I've recently been using for recording some new songs. Back in 2019, I was endorsed by a guitar company called Casty Guitars. I debuted it at the Hard Rock Cafe in London because I was performing there on New Year's Eve, which was a really cool place to play this for the first time. This guitar here, I got this Christmas 2019, and I've pretty much used this for every song I've released since 2019. Bass guitar, so my granddad Pete bought me and my brother this a few years ago. When I first started, I was already thinking about the idea of recording my own music and kind of being my own band. So learning how to play bass and having this there was really helpful. The lyrics themselves can be inspired by a real life experience that I really want to talk about, either for myself or maybe to try and resonate with people that may have gone through similar experiences, good or bad. Melody is usually one of the first things that comes up, and I'll get the voice recorder out of my phone and I'll just hum it in. And I think sometimes it's really important to listen to them words, because there's probably a reason why that melody and that word have paired so well together. But it really does depend on the kind of song you're trying to write. Again, what message you're trying to put across. And I like to then just trust the process. Since moving to London, I'd say this is probably the space where I do most of my songwriting. Usually I'll be sat here with either my notes page up on my phone or a notepad, and I'll be at the keys and I'll be scribbling something down, or if it's a song which is more suited to the guitar, I'll bring the guitars over. I write the songs there. I perform them out in the world. There's a studio in Leeds that I use all the time called Eiger Music Studios, so I've recorded so many drum tracks there. And then what I'll do is I'll get the files back, and then I'll do everything else from home. It's just the mic I've been using to record vocals since 2018. And then I record electric guitar, bass, banjo, keyboard, whatever I feel is going to serve the song. I can usually do that from here. I don't usually need to go into a studio to do that. Running in circles like I've lost my way, and digging for meaning like I've gone astray. Which way is home? I think the hardest part about being an aspiring musician is the ever-evolving landscape. For example, AI is going to become an even more hot topic. If you took all the new challenges that have come with this dream and you told musicians when they were first starting out, like it or loathe it, they're never things you usually think about. I'm glad that nobody listed those things out to me. Partly because, you know, back when I was that age, a lot of these things were nowhere near as crucial to the game of music as they are now. One thing that people underestimate about being an independent artist is really the amount of things you have to take on that exist in a realm outside of, you know, the music making element of it. I really like the fact that I can write a song and then be able to submit that song to be released and have it released within like 24 to 48 hours. But then equally, everybody's doing that now, and you have everybody to compete with. You're managing yourself, you are your own publisher. A lot of the time you're producing yourself. And look, at the end of the day, it's great to have that control, but then equally, people want to hear good music. I just think the general public don't really see that. Unless you're looking at an artist at a very certain particular level, most of the time that's the artist having to do all of that. I think as far as my drive, it's always looked the same to me. As you get older and you learn more about the industry and about yourself, there are routes and pathways which feel a little bit more tailored to you, as much as you want to write the kind of music which really resonates and is really, you know, self-expressive. Equally, there's also that element you consider when you're writing and performing music of, I want this to be heard by as many people as possible. And I've always reminded myself every day since probably being about 13 years old that that's what I want for my life. That naivety, you embrace it after a while. There's always that burning desire that I've had since being a kid to be a superstar. If I had tried to condense my aims, I maybe wouldn't have reached those stages. By always dreaming bigger, you're creating a space for things like that to become more realistic. There's definitely been moments over the years where the inspiration just hasn't been there. Instead of it kind of leaving me naturally, it's almost like it's been dragged out of me because of some of the negative experiences I've had. The industry is a really tough one to break into. I'm so glad I didn't allow those moments to become permanent. I allowed them to just be moments that I ended up getting through. I wouldn't have done them things if I'd have really listened to those voices at the time. If someone had told me when I was 13 that in less than 10 years I'd be, you know, on a UK tour playing to over 2,000 people, it would have been like, right, so I'm doing what I dreamt of doing. And between 13 and the age I was when I was doing that, there were so many moments where I could have, you know, put the guitar down and thought, you know, this isn't sustainable. I've been lucky to have been performing for as long as I have. I didn't really have much time to be stood in front of a mirror learning at home. I was just going out and doing it. Those life experiences, they teach you so much. I think the music industry starts at that level. That learning at that point in my life has been crucial, I think, to my development and my outlook on all the things we've spoke about today. I feel in a really positive place right now, and I think a lot of that is down to mindset. I've realised whilst being on this pathway how much already makes me happy. I get to play music every day, and there's times when things have been a little bit harder than others, and there's times when things have gone so well. I feel at the minute I'm in this balanced place where I'm looking at totally new ways to approach songwriting. I think it is just so satisfying for the soul to know that I wake up every day and what I do is music. It's often important to sit and actually reward yourself sometimes, kind of give yourself a pat on the back and go, you know what, right now, in this moment in particular, right now, this is enough. I think in 5 years' time, there's so many outcomes that I would be content with. I think if we're looking at the bigger picture, the bigger dream, I'd love to be able to tour the UK, Europe, America, the world, and have my music heard by as many people as possible. But yeah, I mean, Wembley Stadium would be pretty good as well. The first time I played the Country Cafe in Essex was October 2025, which is where I first met Sam. When Sam first reached out to me about the idea of a documentary, I think most musicians, to be fair, would jump at the idea of, even just for themselves, getting something that's going to capture a moment in time which, you know, you can look back on. Sure that a lot of the opinions that I have now will change and a lot of my outlooks will change, but like a song, this documentary, it served the moment. Sam's such a lovely person to work on this with. I'm honoured that he approached me, and I'm really looking forward to future projects with Sam moving forward as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah?
Lovely.
Has that been all right then? Yeah, we got everything covered?
Good, yeah.
Cool.
I think it's going to be a really nice video. And just like that, the interview came to an end. And not only was it the most interesting sit-down interview I've had in a very, very long time, but it was also a chance for me to get to know more about the music industry and what it takes to be a musician who is chasing their dreams. If anyone is eager to hear more of Luke's music, I'll leave all of the links to his social pages in the description below. And if you've made it this far without clicking subscribe yet, please go ahead. I make documentaries every month on topics that really inspire me, so you really don't want to miss it. And that is all I have to say. So thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one.